So I got this email from DeviantArt that was like, hey, you're hosting a portfolio with us, but we're going to change the way that portfolios work. So if you don't do something with your portfolio, we're going to delete it in 30 days. And I was like, what portfolio did I host with DeviantArt? And why did I host a portfolio with DeviantArt? So I looked, and I found my old high school portfolio, the one that I applied to art colleges with. And we're gonna go through this together because this is gonna be a whole ass pile of cringe. Now, I didn't start taking art classes until I was like a sophomore or a junior in college, and keep in mind that I applied to Savannah College of Art and Design, which has one of the highest acceptance rates for an art university in the country, I'm pretty sure. The dean of that school is also the highest paid college dean in the country, so that should tell you something about the school's motivations for accepting literally everybody. So keep that in mind when you look at the art that I applied with. Also, a disclaimer that I'm dissing myself here. If your art looks like this, it's because you're learning and there's nothing wrong with that. This is not a diss on your art. It's just me looking back at my own art from more than 10 years ago and cringing at it because I can punch down on myself and that's fine. This is gonna be an adventure. Okay, I haven't touched this in like 10, 11 years? Oof, okay. Okay, so here's some art. So this isn't awful. I mean, the perspective is kind of everywhere, and what is this apple doing? Mostly it's just there's no contrast whatsoever. Okay, so this is graphite on colored paper. I don't know why I decided that this is going to be the first piece that I put in my portfolio, the intro piece, the one that should like, wow, right off the bat, any sort of recruiter or reviewer or anything like that. This ain't that. This is not a wow piece. Why did it ripple so much, and I decided that was okay to photograph. I distinctly remember making this piece. This was a project that my art teacher had us do where she let us bring in our iPods, which was a huge deal. I was listening to the .hack soundtrack, and I'm not sure if that comes across. Yeah. This one's... I'm not sure where her hand goes, and I'm not sure... I think this is boob, and this is rib, and this is hip, but like, there's just a lot of lumps. A lot of like undefined lumps. Yeah, this piece is titled Undefined Lumps. Why does this lemon look so textured? And the only one with like an adequate amount of contrast is this one, except I seem to have shaded with black, which is disgusting. I really could have smoothed out the charcoal one though, and there's no white. Is this on toned paper? White charcoal exists. Don't know why I didn't use that. Okay. Alright, this is better than the first figure study that I did. It's better, but there's still just a lot of... we're trying, alright? We're trying. This leg is so... it's broken. Am I gonna have to censor this? YouTube. Yeah, the leg, aside from being just like snapped, just kind of flattens. It turns into like Paper Mario here. I do like how I kind of extended the leg and then the heel goes behind the leg. Like, that's showing some understanding of form. Okay, another still life. I like the order that I put the pieces in. I mean, aside from the first piece that was like, here's a very bland beginning, I mixed up the subject matters and also kind of the quality. You want your first and last piece to be the best and then the second best piece. So you get wow right off the bat and wow right at the end. Great lasting impression. Anyway, I don't know why this bottle is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Is this a potato in the background? I do really like the transparency. I think I did a good job with that. You can kind of see the questionable potato behind this bottle. You can see the pumpkin in the other bottle behind the vase. This pumpkin should have come forward more in space, like the bottom of the vase. The pumpkin's kind of floating. Anyway, next. I don't know why I put this in my portfolio. It's very under-rendered, I will call it. So if I'm guessing correctly, this is graphite. Yeah. So I can kind of see why there's no highlights, but I absolutely should have gone way deeper in the shadows to compensate, and possibly even toned the entire background so that some of the highlights that are glistening off of the kiwi stand out a little bit more. It's okay. Well, no. No, look at this perspective. What is this? I was not good at fabric. I'm still not great at fabric, but I was not good at fabric. This is kind of nice, but it just totally flattens out. I don't know how deep this box is because, like, here's how deep this side is, or the back maybe, and then this is the side. Like, what? That's such a... Yeah, I don't know. I do like the range of colors in this part of the bottle. I think, you know, you can see some greens, some reds, some blues in there. That's really nice. I wish I had carried that into the fabric. I wish I had put some yellows and some pinks in the fabric, in the white part of the fabric. I really love rendering white with just like every other color but white. I remember this piece. This is a Chinese inking set that my parents got me. I don't know why. I liked anime, and therefore all Asians are the same, so they got me a Chinese inking set. Thanks, Mom and Dad. It's not how that works. This looks like it's on wood. Yeah, charcoal on wood. That's kind of neat. You know what? I want to do more stuff on wood. Wood's got a really nice texture to it. Like this, I like the background texture. I think this piece is interesting because it's on wood. I am also surprised at the amount of detail I was able to get, considering it's wood. Like, look at that snake. Look at this dragon and the carvings on the ink stick. You would think that the texture of the wood would like really hinder the amount of detail that I can convey, but I think I did a pretty good job with this. I think I was maybe running out of room on the top, so I just like squished this in here. This could be a little bit better. Like, there could be things that are better. But I think this is a really good piece. This should have been my first piece. Okay, yeah, more indistinguishable blobs. I was trying to do something interesting with the shading, clearly. Yeah, no, this is not a portfolio piece. Okay, next. Oh my goodness, this is... Okay, I made a video a while back about a painting that my art teacher made me cry over. This is that painting. It's also not good. This is grosser than I remember, actually. None of this is good. The face is just too small for the head, and the features are all just like floating in space, and also there's no eye socket to speak of. None whatsoever. I was wearing glasses that were too small for my face, so like this is not totally inaccurate at the time, but it's mostly inaccurate. This hand is just like fist. Goodbye, old portrait. You know what? This is not bad. You can see the roundness of the back of the chair because of the rungs in the chair. I really like the contrast on this paintbrush. The metal and the bristles on the brush. That's some really nice contrast. I think I could have sold the pressure of the brush on the chair a little bit more, maybe like bent some of these back bristles a bit more. But overall, you know what? If I were gonna do a charcoal piece again, I don't think it would be this good. Why? I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure why this is in my portfolio. For what purpose? Also, these hands! No! All of the hands that are, like, facing this way, they just look like, grabby claw machines. Onto the last piece. Which should not have been this was not the best piece in my portfolio. The first and last piece of this portfolio were not what should have been the first and last piece of this portfolio. Also, I've got 14 images in here. I absolutely could have taken out like 2 or 3 and been totally fine. I wish I had put more curve in this woman's back because nobody sits up straight, especially when they're like leaning on their knees. That's uncomfortable. Ow, I just hurt my back. I think, okay, I'm really happy with this particular foot right here. That's a nice foot. That is a well-drawn toe. I think the back of the neck, actually right here, was pretty good too. This ear's not bad. Like, there are parts of this. There are little micro sections of this piece that are good. If the rest of the piece had been like that, I think this could have been an interesting piece. It's not, though. Anyway, so that was my high school portfolio. This is very clearly a student portfolio. Like, obviously it is, because I was in high school applying to colleges. There's none of what makes my art mine in this portfolio, because it was all just studies. I'm not sure if this is actually the portfolio that I used to apply to college, because I distinctly remember there was a piece that I did using a photo of a jazz music store in Center City, Philadelphia, and that's not in this portfolio anywhere. I'm not sure. By the way, if you like the hoodie that I'm wearing, these are coming soon to my online store. If you want to sign up to get a notification of when those are live, head over to madamberry.com and sign up for my mailing list. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this roast fest. If you missed my last video, you can check that out right here. Until next time, take care.